Can Chelsea still win a game? Can we still win a game? You'd think playing relegation threats in Southampton would be a fairly straightforward win. But let's be honest, it won't be anything like straightforward. It just won't be. And I think we have to change it up at least a bit. Watch the whole video to find out about our opposition, Antonio Conte's pre-match press conference, and the team I would pick to face the Saints tomorrow. Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for my preview of the Southampton versus Chelsea game, with the kickoff being the early kickoff tomorrow at 12:30 PM UK time, tomorrow on Saturday of course at the St Mary's Stadium in Southampton. And I have to mention this again, please do make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and also click the notification bell button and choose to be notified about every single video, because otherwise you just won't know when we've actually uploaded a video. But now let's actually get into the preview and speak about our opposition Southampton, who currently sit in the relegation zone in 18th. 3 points off safety with 28 points from 32 games, and they've only managed to win 5 games all season. Just West Bromwich Albion have got fewer wins with 3. Saints have then also got 13 draws and 14 defeats, scoring 31 goals, which is a bit more than a fair few teams around them to be fair, but they've also conceded 50 goals, which is a lot. And their recent form hasn't been great either, at all, okay? They got to the FA Cup semi-final where Chelsea will face them next Sunday, but in the league things haven't gone well at all. Haven't won a game since February 3rd when they beat West Brom 3-2, and they haven't even managed to get a point since March 3rd in a 0-0 draw with Stoke. After losing 3-0 to Newcastle on March 10th, Southampton did sack their manager Mauricio Pellegrino and appointed Mark Hughes, who was sacked by Stoke earlier in the season actually, as their new boss. His first game in charge was the 2-0 win over Wigan in the FA Cup quarter-final, but then they were straight back to losing, and they lost a big game in their fight against relegation when West Ham absolutely battered them 3-0 2 weeks ago. And then last week they lost 3-2 to Arsenal, and I didn't watch the game, but they went 1-0 up, got back to 2-2 before Welbeck scored Arsenal's third with 10 minutes to the end. So you could say that they've gotten slightly better over the last 2 weeks under Mark Hughes. A late 3-2 defeat at the Emirates is certainly a better result than a 3-0 battering at West Ham. So it really wouldn't surprise me if tomorrow they just properly turn up out of nowhere. Under Mark Hughes, they've used the 4-4-2 formation twice, but went with a 5-4-1 against Arsenal, so it wouldn't be all too surprising to see them go for a 3 or 5 at the back tomorrow as well. The main absencees for Southampton are defender Jack Stevens, who was sent off against Arsenal and is serving a 3-game suspension, and also midfielder Stephen Davies could miss the game with an Achilles problem. But that is really it about Southampton, and now getting into Antonio Conte's pre-match press conference. And regarding team news, Conte said that there aren't any news, so it is to assume that Zappacosta, Barkley and David Luiz still won't be involved tomorrow. Same obviously goes for the long-term injured Ethan Ampadu, but before the press conference I read a report that Pedro is back to being injured after he obviously was out, then returned for the West Ham game and came on as a sub, and apparently he's now back to being injured. I don't know, Conte didn't mention it. I guess we'll just have to wait and see whether he'll be involved tomorrow or not. And then Conte said that Southampton have very good quality in their squad, and to him it's very surprising to see where they are in the table and fighting relegation. He thinks their team is way too good for that really, and I can't lie, I really didn't see them struggling to stay up ahead of the season before the season started. I didn't expect that. But moving on from that, and after what I mentioned in Chelsea Weekly as well, the rumours that Chelsea are in talks, in advanced talks, with Napoli manager Maurizio Sarri. After those rumours have come out and are getting stronger and stronger, naturally the media would ask Antonio Conte about it. And the boss said that he doesn't read the papers and he doesn't run around within the club asking, whether they are looking for other managers or not. So he doesn't really know and he doesn't really want to comment on it and doesn't really care either, is what he said, kind of thing. So, we all know that Conte is leaving at the end of, at the end of the season in the summer. Whether we're going to bring in Sarri, whether we're going to bring in someone else, we'll just have to wait and see. And there have also been rumours going around saying that Danny Drinkwater is growing increasingly frustrated with his lack of game time at Chelsea. Conte said that Danny Drinkwater has had a very unlucky season. Started the season with a calf injury, obviously that we all knew about when, we signed him, then he was on a bench against Leicester, then we didn't see him for 3 months. Because he continued to struggle with that calf problem whenever it got better, it just continued to get worse again. And now he's struggling with a different injury again. So he is being unlucky, but he's obviously not getting a lot of game time. But the fact that he's injured now makes, the report sound quite silly that he's frustrated with not playing, because when he's injured, he's obviously not frustrated with not playing. He's maybe frustrated by being injured, but if you're injured, you can't play, so that doesn't make any sense. And then the last bit of the press conference, on Christensen being on the bench against West Ham, Conte stated that we're talking about a young player, and it's his first season playing in England and at this level. And at this level, with so many games, as a young player, it's normal to lose a lot of mental energy over the span of a season. And you can be a bit tired, that's normal. But he trusts Christensen and he's still more than capable of, featuring and helping us for the remainder of the season. It's not like he's so tired now that he can't be used for the rest of the season. It's all good, he was rested for 1 game I think he's going to play tomorrow, but we'll just have to wait and see. That's it from the press conference, and now speaking about Chelsea. And I can't lie, guys, I don't even know what the point is anymore. Like, chances are Conte's going to go for the exact same thing, same formation, same players. It's not going to work again. And then tomorrow, I'm going to have to do another review while being annoyed and or devastated. Great, really looking forward to that. Like, Conte is most likely going to go 3-4-3, Courtois in goal, Azpilicueta, Christensen or Cahill, you know, whichever one of those two is the central centre-back, Rudiger, Alonso, Moses, Fabregas, Kante, maybe Bakayoko instead of Fabregas, but I doubt it, Hazard, Willian and Morata. Like, that's just most likely what he's going to go for, and it hasn't really done so well recently, has it? So I don't know why he would go for the exact same thing, but he probably will. Like, I hope I'm wrong. Heck, maybe he'll even throw in a curveball and start with a 4 at the back, but let's be honest, that's very, very unlikely. I still think we have to change it up a bit. I'd like to see the same thing that I spoke about ahead of the West Ham game. Christensen has to start if he's not too tired, otherwise it obviously has to be Cahill. Emerson Palmieri has to start, period. Dujon Sterling at right wing back has to start, period. And in my opinion, also Timo Bakayoko has to start, because sorry, but Fabregas' passing has done barely anything for us recently. And if Fabregas' passing doesn't help our game anymore, what is the point of playing Fabregas? Like, he's very slow. Yes, he commits himself. You know, he's not someone that doesn't care, doesn't try. I don't want to fault him for that at all. But he's not quick. He's not the greatest of tackler. And then if his passing doesn't work, like, what's the point? Yes, Bakayoko could be a lot worse because, you know, he has been in a few games, especially the Watford game. But he's never going to get better without playing. Like, he is a good player. You don't start for Monaco, win the league against PSG, and get to the Champions League semi-final if you're an awful player. Like, that's not how it works. He's not an awful player. And he needs confidence and he needs game time to get that confidence. Like, remember, he's only 22. He's not 29 and playing badly every week. At 22, you can still improve a lot. And it's even more so down to confidence than it is at an older age when you're more experienced in the sport. But then the rest of the team, I pretty much have the same as what Conte's probably going to go for. Thibaut Courtois in goal, Azpilicueta. Christensen, like I said, if he's not too tired, has to play. Otherwise, obviously, Cahill. Rudiger is the left-sided centre-back. Emerson Palmieri and Dujon Sterling is the two wing-backs. And N'Golo Kante. And like I said, Bakayoko is the two central midfielders. And then up front, I think it still has to be Hazard, Willian and Morata. But bring on Callum Hudson-Odoi with at least half an hour to play. None of this bringing people on for 5 minutes crap. No need for that, but I still think we have to start with Willian and Hazard, because Willian is just, well, no, he's not been that great last 2 games, but he's still doing good. And Hazard, you know, if we want to stand any chance of keeping him, and if, you know, even if we want to sell him for big, big money after he's signed a new deal, he just has to play. We can't bench him. Like, we can't afford to bench him. And yes, even in my, you know, wishful lineup kind of, I went with a 3-4-3. Yes, I'd love it if we started with a 4-3-3 or something, but we're just not going to. So I have to stay somewhat realistic and go for a 3-4-3. But moving on from that, our form has been awful. We've only scored 12 points in the year of 2018. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 12 points from God knows how many games. Like, that's just disgraceful. 5 wins in the last 20 games in all competitions, I think it is. Only 3 league wins in 2018. And in danger of Arsenal catching us and overtaking us. Bloody Arsenal are having an awful season, especially in the league. Like, bloody hell, what are we actually doing? So even though Southampton are in the relegation zone and keep getting poor results, can you blame me for not feeling confident? I don't think so. And not making predictions doesn't seem to work in our favour at the moment. So let's make a prediction again then, I suppose. Obviously my heart says we're going to win. It always does. But my brain, it's just feeling a draw. It's just feeling another 1-1 draw. Probably missing about 5 sitters and then conceding through an easy individual mistake. Like, that's just what it feels like at the moment. That's just what I'm going to expect, really. And it's sad. It's really sad. And hopefully I'm wrong. Like, really, hopefully I am wrong. Hopefully we can get back to winning ways. Preferably a big win. Something like a 3-0 win. I mean, that would be good. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be like having a nice cold beer at the end of a stressful day. Just very nice. Not going to change the world because we're still going to be 5th. But it would just be very nice. But yeah, that's really it from me. Leave me all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. Your score predictions and the lineups you would like to go for tomorrow as well. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out my social media, which is Last1507 on both Instagram and Twitter. As you can see over here, I would massively appreciate it if you could follow me over there. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do make sure you do subscribe to 100% Chelsea. And like I've been saying over the last few videos, also do make sure you press the notification bell button, because I keep repeating myself, but YouTube is being weird, and just subscribing isn't enough. If you just subscribe, you will know about barely any videos, so you have to click that notification bell to actually know when we are uploading. And it's frustrating for us to see that people that actually have subscribed don't even know that, you know, we've uploaded. So please do make sure you click the notification bell button and choose to be notified about every single upload. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea, and I'll see you next time.